Hey guys, Shane here, FSElite Simmer. Welcome to another test drive video. This is where we take an aircraft, a scenery or a utility and I'll take it for a test around the block and I'll give you my first impressions. This week's video we are checking out Carenado's new release, which is the Piper PA42 Cheyenne. Pretty much a badass turboprop if I do say so myself. So as we go for our walk around and give you a bit of a detailed view of the aircraft, I'll give you a brief history if you're not familiar with the PA42. So it is a turboprop. It is made by Piper Aircraft. First flight was in May 18, 1979. So it's been around for a while. So it was actually produced between 1979 to 1993. 192 units were sold. They did a couple of different variants. So they did the Cheyenne 3, which is this one here, and also they did a 400S. So back in the day, if you wanted to buy one of these puppies brand new, you would have been paying $429,000. So you would pay just under $2 million for one if you wanted to pick one up today. So Carenado, with the liveries on this one, they've gone for the more looked after type aircraft. So as of late, and I will just say that's one thing I've noticed on this aircraft modeled is the Q-tip props there. So by Carenado, I haven't seen them do that from memory for any other aircraft. But yeah, so this aircraft is a more looked after aircraft, so which is different of late because a lot of them have done the sort of wear and tear that, you know, if you take a look at the boots and things, you know, they are a little bit worn as well, but in majority of the aircraft, the paint livery is looking good. The Cheyenne comes with the normal suite of features that you would expect from Carenado, so being a 4K textures, dynamic propeller shine effect, and the volumetric side view prop effect, which I think comes with pretty much every aircraft. It is GTN 750 for the Flight 1 compatible, which is pretty cool. They say that it's actually got real sounds from the PA42, and it always has all been tested by real world pilots. So that's what they put in their features. You can do cold and dark startups, but I would put this aircraft in the category of maybe a King Air 350. When you look at the performance of the aircraft, so maximum speed 314 knots, or 582 kilometers, or 362 miles an hour. Cruising speed is 282 knots at 35,000 feet. So it's got a high ceiling level actually. So range is 2,270 nautical miles, so 4,207 k's. Wow. So your ceiling is 35,840 feet. So obviously, this thing can fly far, it can fly quick, and it can carry a lot, so which makes it sort of a bit of an all-round aircraft, and that's why I would put it into the same fit as like a King Air 350i. But it's quite unique. It's a bit of a long aircraft. As you can see, you got the tip tanks on the side, so I think Carenado did a good choice of picking to do this aircraft. So we've been saying that, I think we better jump into the cockpit and fire it up and take a quick flight around Monument Valley, and I think we might fly up to Sodona today. We'll see how the weather's going and give this thing a run for its money. So we'll do a quick startup. As for the thinking of the length of the time of the video, I'll actually only do one engine, just so you can hear the sounds. But I will say this, I was in the cockpit before just pressing around and messing buttons. The thing that does annoy me with this aircraft, it still has the traditional fleet of sounds from Carenado, which is the big clanks and clicks and whatever, and it's pretty much all the same. They really haven't gone and recorded the different sounds with different buttons. It's the same for every aircraft, so that would be one thing I would love Carenado to actually do, but that would be on a wish list. So I'm just going from memory for when I did the Cheyenne 2 startup video, so just bear with me, but we'll start the right engine first. So the aircraft is configured and we are ready for our very short taxi, so it won't take long to get on our way. But a quick note, if you're watching this video in November 2017, late November 2017, please go and check a giveaway video on the channel. If you actually subscribe to the FSElite Simmer channel, if you like this video, and the FSElite YouTube channel and the Flight Sim Deck YouTube channel, you can actually enter into competition where we're giving away some projects like Van Ventura from MK Studios, we're at Dash 8, and Togo Projects EVN Shade or EVN Text, I believe it is. So if you are up for one of those products, please enter the comp, and you never know, you actually might win something, so which would be cool. So just lining up. Taxi is very easy for this aircraft, but anything with turboprop, it will get away from you, so you just got to watch the lag on the throttle, but within all, it's pretty easy and smooth. We are configured and are ready for takeoff, so I'll shut up now and I'll come back to you shortly.
Terrain ahead, pull up. 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 Terrain ahead.
So gears are going up, and I do apologise for the terrain warning. I forgot to enable that on the Flight 1 GTN 750, but we're going to make a left-hand turn and backtrack over the airport and take a bit of a look at Monument Valley. But the takeoff was very easy in the PA-42 with those turboprop engines. It just makes it an ease. Now, I do know that I did forget to put the yaw dampener on, but I'll figure that out sooner or later down the flight. So let's take a look at Monument Valley and some aerial shots of the Cheyenne 3. So that was Monument Valley, as we are making a right hand turn, turning direct into Sodona. So we've got the Flight 1 GTN 750 working away. Actually works really well in this aircraft. Other Carenado aircraft I've had the 750 stuttered a little bit in between different screens, so not sure if that's Flight 1 or if that's Carenado there, but we have the autopilot going as we climbing about 800 vert speed to 12,000, so just passing 10,000 mark, just under 200 nautical miles. So autopilot is really easy on this aircraft. You've got heading select, you've got GPS, you've got altitude hold, you've got approach, so very basic and easy to use. So we've been saying that we're going to do a bit of a montage of the aircraft flying, and then we'll come back and have a look around the cockpit and the cabin in some more detail. Talk to you then. So welcome back to the cockpit. We are now cruising at 14,000 feet. We had a little bit of chop. Seems to be every time I fly to Sodona, I always have a windy weather. That happened in the 350i video from memory. But anyways, we'll just pan the camera around so we can have a bit of a look. So most of the clickables work, so it's not a study level aircraft, but it's still pretty good for what it is. But the aircraft obviously the same as the outside as in the cabin. It is a well looked after aircraft because obviously it's still quite a few years old, but everything is in play the way it should be. We'll just pan across from the left to the right so you guys can get a bit of an idea. But the needle's just under maximum speed, so we are hauling ass at the moment. Not using the weather radar, don't need to at this stage, so if you don't need it, don't use it, because it may drop a little bit in frames. But one pet hate, and I think I mentioned it before, is this. They seem to use pretty much like 3 or 4 sounds for every clickable. I really wish they would record the sounds of the actual aircraft. That would be awesome. And I think they probably should for the amount that you pay, because they're not the cheapest of aircraft. You know, you get your money's worth, but I think there's a couple of things they could do with the sound. So I'm pretty much just saying that on nearly every Carenado video I do at the moment. So if you're listening, Carenado, can you please do some true sounds for the cockpit switches? That would be awesome. So just having a look at the overhead, as you can see, they've done a pretty good job of the textures. It's sort of got that worn but well kept look. We are spinning around. So this, to me, is a bit of a business jet, so to speak, or a corporate jet. So it's got, what have we got, 6 seats, I think, in total. And the carpet is in a very good nick. Very decent cockpit. The actual fold-out tables work quite well, and the animations are smooth, a lot better than I've seen in some other aircraft. I'll demonstrate that in a second for you. But geez, that is a look over the engines there. So that was very smooth. The clickables for lights, well, there is no clickables, so the lights in the cabin, I couldn't get them to work, but we'll keep moving our way down to the fridge, one of the most important parts of the aircraft. Actually no, there's more than 6 seats there, and just gotta duck down to the baggage area and just check for any cheeky little stains, but I don't see those anymore in the Carenado aircraft for some reason. Don't know why. I'll get a bit of a view on the back end, but it's pretty smooth. I don't think there's no toilet on the aircraft, but hey, which is strange because it's a long haul. It does go 4,000 kilometers. So, but anyways, we've been saying that. Actually, I will point out the little cigarette sign and the seatbelt sign just above. Had a bit of trouble trying to get the table to go back, so it is a bit glitchy there, but the seatbelt sign and the smoking sign actually works. So that's the tour of the inside, so let's get ready to land. we are on our approach into Sodona. I feel I'm actually a little bit high, but the puppy light's saying that I'm actually low. But anyway, the aircraft flies quite smooth. Trimming is a breeze. Like it's a pretty docile plane, so it goes where you want it to. Like and it's actually fun to fly. So it's like a overpowered sports car, really. So. But I'm hand flying the aircraft as we come into Sodona. Got it trimmed up pretty much the way that I actually need it. So, and this is first landing, so I'm feeling quite comfortable. And landing into an area like Sodona that doesn't have much area for movement, so or room for mistakes, I should say. So. We've been saying that. I'll
500.
enjoy and see if we can pull off a decent landing. So that landing was just from sheer laziness on my behalf. I couldn't be bothered to do a go around. So pretty much I was floating to the moon on that one. But I wouldn't have been able to make that if I didn't have reverse engines. So but yeah, laziness on my behalf. So coming a bit too quick. So just thought I'd let you know that I do know that before you jump into the comments and give me a hard time. But so yeah, landing was interesting. So obviously coming too quick, it sort of bite me in the ass. So you need to bear that in mind. She can float quite easy. So we've been saying that replays always make the landings look better, and a little bit of editing. So we'll take a look. So my final comments on the Piper PA-42 or the Cheyenne 3, it's a pretty good aircraft. It's worth the money. I'm happy with the purchase. It's a lot of fun to fly, and it's an all-round aircraft. It flies quick, it flies long, and it flies high. So, but I will say this, if you've already got the Cheyenne 2 or the King Air 350i, it's in the same or the similar category, so you may want to keep to what you've got. But I've got all three, and I'm happy that I picked it up. So it's a lot of fun to fly. So we've been saying that. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Feel free to check out the Oz Flight Simmer Facebook page. You can see what I'm up to during the week or what things I'm looking at. And if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. And if you've been around for a while, I thank you very much. And please hit the thumbs up if you liked the video. So we've been saying that. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, have a good day.